Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over how I got this look, and it's a lot of new stuff. We have the Nabla Cutie palette in the number 7. Here you go, the number 7. You guys will learn very quickly how I feel about this. I have the NYX brow glue. That's been a total Twitter, or not Twitter, I'm so old, a TikTok viral product. So you guys will learn about that. The new Essence Lash Princess in the Curl and Volume. Very, very similar to other formulas, but we'll go over that as well. Yeah. Oh, the Catrice True Skin Concealer. I know that they released the foundation earlier this year, and they just came out with a new concealer. So I did try that today, as well as their new powder. So this little duo I did try today. So I meant to try the foundation, and I totally forgot. So I have the foundation. I already tried it in a previous video, but I still wanted to try it for this video altogether, the combo, and then I forgot and I just didn't get around to it. So, you know, it happens. So yeah, we're going to be going over a lot of new things. I hope you're down. So just make sure you just keep on watching and we'll go over how I got this look.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, so jumping right in. So I already went ahead and like kind of prep my skin with the Oil Control Pore Minimizing Serum by e.l.f. I really think this is really good for these hotter days that I know I'm going to be really oily. So I really do enjoy this. So it's already prepped my skin that way. I'm going to add a little bit of SPF. This is a Biore UV SPF 50 Watery Essence Aqua Rich. I'm gonna add a tiny amount of this because this does kind of make my skin a little bit oily. Like it kind of it's a little bit of a like more of a dewier finish. So I'm gonna I try not to be super stingy with my SPF, but seeing how it is gonna make my skin super duper oily or more glowy and stuff, and I really don't want to lose that more mattified effect. I'm only gonna add a tiny amount, even though that is not recommended. You kind of want to be generous with your SPF, but a little bit of SPF is better than no SPF, so that is true. Even though it won't be as effective as if you were lathered it through your face. So for foundation though, I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. Mine's in the shade 3W15 Fawn. I also have the 2W2 Ratatan, I believe. That one's a pretty good one for me as well. So, okay, so I did use 3 pumps of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And then I kind of felt like I wanted a little more coverage, so I did add 1 pump of the L'Oreal Infallible, and this also has a little bit of SPF, so that might, you know, help a little bit. I just wanted more coverage, and I didn't want to use another 2 pumps of this, because usually the Estee Lauder is like, even though people usually say it's full coverage, I think it's more of like kind of like a medium coverage, and this is more, has like I feel like the L'Oreal has a little bit more coverage. It's about in the same category as a medium, but I think this is more like a medium high versus that one's like a lower medium, in my opinion, at least for my skin and for what I need. So I just went ahead and added a little bit more, and the finishes are very similar. So, and now for concealer, I forgot that I wanted to use the Catrice foundation, but that's fine. We can just use the new concealer. I already tried the foundation. It's already in another video of mine. But I got this shade Neutral Biscuit 32. I hope this is a good color, because if not, I'm screwed. I don't have another color of this. I did order another color because Ulta has very limited colors of this. So I wanted to go ahead and try it, so I ordered it, but I was kind of skeptical that it would be a little too dark for me. It doesn't look like it's too dark yet, but I did notice that the True Skin foundation oxidizes a little bit for me, so I was scared that this one was really close to my skin tone as is, and then if it oxidizes, it wouldn't be very brightening, and I do like a little bit of a brightening concealer, so that is why. Go ahead and blend this out. It's looking good though. I mean, It's definitely like as dark as I would go in this foundation. I wouldn't go any kind of darker with this. If it was any darker, I wouldn't use this for that. I would use it more for like acne coverage, more spot concealing. But this is, I want to say, just bright enough for me to use it as like an under eye concealer, a brightening concealer, and that kind of thing. So it does look a little dewy. You guys can see that. It looks a little funny right now. But I'm going to grab the foundation side of my sponge and then I'm going to blend the edges. It's not like looking bad though. It's just, I feel like it has two different finishes. Like my foundation and base is definitely a little more matte and this concealer is a little bit more creamy. So just the finishes are looking a little funny next to each other, but it's not bad at all. Just had I known that it had more of a creamy, like dewy consistency, I wouldn't have, or I'm sorry, moisturizing consistency, probably wouldn't even have used it with this combo. Which is really weird now that I think about it, because the foundation is also the Catrice True Skin is a little more of that natural matte like the L'Oreal and the Estee Lauder are. So that is a little weird that they would do this combo, but hey, it's not looking bad. It's just a little bit dewy. I wish I could show you guys. I think you guys can see it though. Like my under eye area where I placed the concealer is a little more dewy. So there's that. Okay, so real quick off camera, I used the Tarte Seychelles Cream Bronzer, one of my faves. And then I also used, where did it go? Oh, the Blush Balm in Nectar, so by Flower Beauty. Those are two of my faves. I absolutely love them. Now for setting the face, I'm going to be using this new Catrice True Skin Setting Powder. This is the Translucent Matte. Looks like this. It has a little sifter. I already opened it for the sake of this video, so I didn't spend too much time. It does look a little translucent, but it looks like it does have like a more pink blush tone tint, a little more cool tone. That's not my preference, but we're going to try and see if this, you know, works, because it claims to be translucent, even though I do see a little bit of a pink tone to it. So I'm going to blend out my creases really quick. And then using the sponge, I'm going to go ahead and set my face. Just going to grab some and then go straight for my under eyes. Ooh, that's a little thick. Got a little bit under my under eyes. Now blending around my mouth. My forehead. This is literally the most oily area I get. My nose, my nose and my forehead, I mean. Those are oil central, so I do like to get those. Around my mouth is usually pretty dry, so I don't worry too much about that. I'm gonna chisel this out a little bit, and then I'll use a brush afterwards. Look a little crazy. Then I'm going to use the same blush sponge to press it in. Press it in, press it in, press it in. And then I'm going to grab a little powder brush. Just going to grab a little bit more, just a tiny amount. I'm going to go over all of the areas to make sure I didn't miss anything. I am seeing a little bit of a white cast. I feel like you guys can see it as well. It definitely looks a little lighter than it did before. It did take away a lot of the dewiness as well, which I'm not mad about, because I do need a little more of a matte foundation if I'm going to be, a matte base if I'm going to be outside today, so, which I am. So I'm not mad about that. Just a little skeptical about like how it kind of like shifted it in a like lighter tone, I feel a little bit. But I'm pretty sure with blush and bronzer on top it'll be fine, because I do use bronzer, powder bronzer, and blush, powder blush on top as well, so I'm sure it won't be a problem. But it did add like a nice filter, like it made my skin look a lot softer and smoother and less textured. So I mean, I do really like that about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys can see it on camera and I can see it in person. My skin looks a lot softer and smoother and way less textured, and I have a lot of texture, so what you're seeing is what you get. So that's pretty nice. It does feel super duper soft, very finely milled. Ooh, I forgot to close the sifter. Close it, and then kind of flip it upside down. So I mean, I like it. So far I like it. So I also have this Catrice Love Cheek Lover Oil Infused. I don't know about that oil though. That's weird. Blush. Looks like this. It reminds me of the NARS Orgasm, maybe just a little bit brighter and more luminous. It is in the shade Blooming Hibiscus. Usually, like, they came out with one shade, but I know Catrice, I did it for their highlight as well. Do I have it here? I do not have it here. They released a highlighter earlier this year as well, and they released one really like light shade and then like a very silvery pink, and then like a month or two later they released like another shade that's a little more gold. I don't know why they don't just release them at the same time. I hope that happens with this blush, because if I enjoy this blush I would like to pick up more shades, but this was the only shade that they had in this, so I find that very weird. But I'm trying to see what oil it says that they have. It says that it has coconut oil. So it doesn't have a scent. So I'm going to use, I want to use like a light duo fiber brush. So I'm going to use the ColourPop one that I have very lightly. I'm like nervous. I don't know what to expect with this blush. It does feel a little bit hard, like a true baked formula. I did a little bit of something there, I think. Ooh, okay. It's more pink than I wanted it. I'm not really a pink, like it looks more pink in person, or more, yeah. So I like more peachy shades. Like this is like a peachy pink, but I prefer more pink, like a true apricot, corally blushes for myself. But I like that even though this is like has a little pink tint to it, I feel like it still looks good on me, because usually pink blushes are not my thing, and this one I feel like still looks pretty good on my skin tone, even though it is a little more pink. Okay, do I have a new highlight? I do not have a new highlight. Okay. So, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight and bronze off camera again, and I'll just kind of go over with you guys what I use, but just to kind of speed up to the new things that we want to try. So, we'll be right back. Okay, so for bronzer, I just used my Gucci bronzer. It's just right here on my vanity, so don't think that I'm becoming obsessed with this. It's like a nice bronzer, but is it better than the Balm bronzer or Take Home the Bronze? No. My e.l.f., I don't know where I put it, the Sun Kiss bronzer, no. It's just a nice bronzer, and I feel like the tone is very flattering for me right now in the summer when I'm a little more tan, or that I want to be a little more bronzy. So it is like one of the deeper bronzers that I have, and it's sitting right here in front of me, so of course I'm going to use it. And then I use, oops, it's dirty. Then I touched it in a Super Glow. This is the shade Light Medium 2. So it looks like this. It's just a really pretty highlight. And then I need to like kind of blend it in with my blush because it's a little stripy. So just like to take my blush brush again and just kind of go over the edges. Kind of like that. And then I went over my forehead a little bit with the highlight as well. So, all right, now for eyeshadow, I'm going to be trying this new Nabla Cutie palette. I also have, ooh, this is what it looks like. Let me just show you really quick. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Oops, probably shouldn't use a reflector on that. Look, so beautiful. It's a very neutral palette. And I also have these Nabla Cupid's Arrow pencil liners. I do have other colors in this. I have no idea where I put them though. So it is what it is. They're lost into the infinity right now. Oh, I see them. Okay. So never mind, I found them. Oh wait, no, that's not the pencils. It's empty. Right here. Okay, so I have all of these shades. I got recently the Nabla box, the Trend Mood and Nabla box, and it came with this, 2 of these, and I think the blue palette. I'm not keeping the blue palette and the blue pencil, and I'm not keeping that either. And I had just bought these, so from oh my gosh, I bought them from Ulta. Can't talk today. What is wrong with me? So this is from the new collection. So these are the OG. It comes with like this nude one. I'll just swatch them all for you guys. So just screw it. I'm just gonna swatch them all. Okay, so I have, this is one. Oops, I have a little bit of blush left on my back of my hand. Go in with one. One looks really light, but you can actually see it. And then 2. I don't have all the colors. I just purchased the colors I think I would use. 5 is this, okay. 5, 7, 7. So I have 1, 2, 5, and 7. 7 has a little more plum brown, and then 5 has a little more of like a, I know you can't tell it, this one has more like a pink undertone, and this one has more of like a brown orangey undertone. Even though they look very, very similar on camera, I can definitely see a little bit of the difference. So I'm going to go ahead and use 5 just for the look I'm going today, and to go with the palette, hopefully. I might use 2 as well though. I don't know yet. We'll see. I kind of want to use these as like a base. So wish me luck. I'm going to kind of blend it out of my eye and use it like a primer sort of. Oh gosh, that like broke. Oh no. It's not even that hot in here. It is pretty warm. Like fell. It's all over my fingers now. So the pencil broke. The little tip did. I don't know if you guys can see that. Already, it's pretty broken. Let's try that again. I don't even feel like I went that hard on it. This is so rude. So inconsiderate. Just break on me on camera like that. How dare you? Who's your mother? I'm gonna tell your mom. Okay. I'm gonna grab a clean, like more firm brush. This isn't firm, Denise. What are you doing? Grab this one. This is a Morphe E18. And then I'm gonna try and like blend that out. Actually blending quite nice for being a cream. And I'm not getting any kind of patchiness or anything. It's really, really soft, smooth. So I don't think I would use this as an eyeliner. I think I would definitely use it as a shadow primer. Sort of something to kind of get you going. Kind of create a tacky base if you're gonna like put on a shimmer on top or something. Something to kind of really make it sticky. The real test is how our shadow is going to blend on top. Now I'm kind of nervous. It is really, really light though. but I like it. Pretty neutral about it. It's not amazing because, I mean, it might be easier to just use an eyeshadow, but let's go with it. Okay, now I'm going to go into the palette, and I'm going to go into the shade right here called Contact Sheet. Like contact paper? I don't know. So it's going to blend away. It's going to blend really into it. Made me think of Cassie. You're not into it? I'm not into it. I canceled it. My boots, my jeans. What's underneath? Got a long way to go. Okay, I need to stop. When I was in high school, Cassie was my girl. The whole P. Diddy thing was so weird to me, honestly. So weird to me. I'm like, do you need saving? Does someone need to help you? Do you need help? Anyways, I'm so glad she's out of that relationship. But anyways, Cassie was my girl. But she was like a 2-hit wonder. Like, she had like 2 songs. And I think she has come out with other stuff, but I feel like none of them have been big hits. I personally haven't heard them. Maybe one of them I can't. It was like, it wasn't memorable though. It didn't really stick, so I don't know. I loved her beats though. I think she was super talented. So, I mean, it's just, I love Nabla, whatever you want to call it, Nabla eyeshadows, especially the matte ones. I think they're super easy to work with, pigmented, and just blendable, and oh my gosh, just everything about them are just incredible. I think, in my opinion, it's just hard for them to make like a bad eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna go ahead. They don't have like a matte dark shade. This one has like a light shimmer to it. So I'm gonna blend these 2 shades together to create like a darker shade. So let's see if we can do that. So I do want like a darker outer V, but I don't want it to be like obviously shimmery or anything like that. So okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm blending it into my crease as well. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm freaking obsessed over Nabla eyeshadows. The matte ones are just, I feel like their shimmers could be better. But their mattes, oh my god. They're next level. Just so good. Definitely worth the high-end price, but if you see one of their palettes that's more like shimmer shades and matte shades, I would not. I said that, but then the one I got is more shimmers than it is mattes. So it is 1, 2, 3. Like, that dark shade is a little more of like, it's not like a true shimmer, but it's like that satin, like in the middle it has matte, but it has a little bit of shimmer. So I would say that it has more shimmer shades than it does matte shades. True mattes. So I didn't even follow my own advice. So like, what am I thinking? Now I'm going to go into that dark shade by itself. It's called Dark Room. Which is cool, actually. I like that. Ooh. Ooh. By itself. That's something. Kind of want to add a little bit of like a lift to the shadow, kind of giving my eye like a false lift by doing that, but making the shadow go up a little bit, kind of like liner. And then I feel like it's a little too sharp, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of blend it out, because now it looks like a line. I don't want a line, I kind of wanted it blended, like just look like a really natural shadow. Grab that brush again, kind of blend this all into each other. Okay. It's going out a little more than I wanted it to, that's okay. Ooh. I feel like there is a little bit more of like a solid. Like this side was a little bit thicker, I think, with the darkness, so just wanted to even it out a little bit. This side's looking a little smudgy. I think I went too far out with a dark shade, so that is definitely on me. Went too far out, but I think it looks fine. I think I'm just focusing on perfection, and I'm not perfect, so. All right, so I'm gonna use this shade right here in the middle, this very peachy pink. Oh, that's a little too peachy pink. Do I want a peachy shade today? I kind of wanted to go not peachy. Screw it. Let's go peachy. Let's just see what it looks like when we can layer it. I mean, it looks okay, but it's not what I was going for today. I should have just gone with the neutral one in the palette. There's definitely more. I don't know. Maybe I do like it. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of shift to it. There's like a greeny gold, pink, peach. It's just all over the place. It's kind of. But I don't hate it. I thought I was gonna hate it. I thought it was gonna be too peachy pink. Like a too peach, but it has just a little bit of that shift. And I think it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go into this very light shade right here, and I'm going to put that kind of in the middle right here, just to brighten that center. Kind of like pretend like the sun's really hitting that area, essentially. Just adding some brightness and blending it into that one. I feel like I didn't do a lot, but that's fine. And then I'm gonna grab a little Precise pencil. Girl, where is my Precise pencil? Oh, here it is. Precise little eyeshadow, and that's 35 mm. And I'm also gonna put that right there in the corner of my inner eye. Add that little bit of brightness. Sometimes I use my highlighter, sometimes I use eyeshadow. What are you gonna do? I like to change it up, okay? Then I'm gonna blend it on my lower lash line. Girl, what are you doing? And then I'm going to grab this little small brush again. Morphe M506. I'm not even sure I said that before. But we're going to grab the contact sheet, that transition shade, and then that really dark shade. And I'm going to kind of blend, smudge it right here. Like that. So dark room and contact sheet. And just smudge it right here. I think I don't have enough dark room on that one. There we go. Oof, love it. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Kokie liner. What Kokie liner do I want to use today? So I heard from the grapevine, I'm just kidding, from, what's my girl's name? Good one. Gilded Gold. I heard from my girl, oh my gosh, what's her name? Kelly Gooch. Kelly Gooch. That Gilded Gold is one of the most beautiful eyeliner colors ever of all time, so we're putting it to the test. I think she's right. Okay, so I already love Kokie Cosmetics liners. My personal favorite is the shade Bronzed, because it gives you a very similar look to this one, actually. It adds a little bit of darkness, but without being like super heavy, because I don't like a black liner on my waterline. I feel like it's too much, it's too heavy. But it's very similar to this one. This one just looks a little more like a bronzy copper shade versus Bronzed. Let me just show you. Alright, let me show you. Bronzed is more of like a true, like cool toned taupey brown, and then Gilded Gold is more of like a bronzed copper kind of shade. So this is Bronzed, this like taupey brown, and this is Gilded Gold, which is like a bronzy warm toned gold. So there's that. Very, very beautiful. I like it because it added a little bit of darkness there, but without making it overwhelmingly dark or too dark or whatever. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this new mascara that I have. This is, I'm pretty sure, pretty new. This is the Essence Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. So Essence has a lot of these. They have like a green, a purple, a blue. The blue is a waterproof. They all claim to be very different. They all have a very similar formula. My personal favorite being the green one, but it's still a very like, I don't know, natural but nice wispy mascara. So this one has like a much bigger brush. This one has like that supposed hourglass shape, versus the other one, the green one, has more of a really skinny tapered brush, like much smaller than that one. So assuming the formulas are pretty similar, like the rest of the Princess line, but we'll see. We will see. I don't know, I don't have high hopes. Like, I like the Lash Princess. I think it's really, really good. It's one of my favorites, but I don't believe it deserves the hype that it has. It's really good, but I don't know if it deserves the hype. So this one, I think, has been the new one that they've been talking about on TikTok. But if it holds my curl, oh wow, that actually, I mean, I think it speaks for itself for sure. Yeah, a little surprised, caught me off guard. Let me go ahead and do my other eye now. I mean, hello lashes. I haven't seen you in years. It looks pretty good. It's a little big for the lower lashes, that's sure. The little brush, it is pretty big. I'm getting a little clumpies on the bottom. That could be just because it's brand new. I've never used it before, so I just could have too much product on my brush. Okay, let's give it a second. So far, I really like it. Like, it looks really good. And you guys see this, right? I have lashes. I magically did not have lashes, and now I do. Like, it's not holding on this side as well. This side is my way more stubborn side, though. This side, I feel like I can make it look really, really pretty. This side always wants to go really flat. I have a very stubborn lash. The only way it usually works is if I use a waterproof mascara that usually dries pretty fast. So this one is a little more wet. I can feel it. But I mean, I love this lash. This lash is going away. It was short-lived. That's pretty normal for me, though. For whatever reason, my lashes are super duper straight. So okay, so really quick, I wanted to add another layer. It looks really pretty, but I want to see if like if it layers, how it layers. So let me try this side first. So it looks pretty nice. It's adding a little bit of thickness without adding too much, like not clumping them together. I think that's pretty good for the 2 layers. I think I'm got a couple of stragglers over here that I want to coat a little bit more. Okay, yeah, those always want to go really flat. I don't know why. Just straight lashes. Okay, the one thing I completely forgot about. So my friend told me about this NYX. This is what it looks like. This NYX, the glue, the brow glue. She told me about it months ago before it was TikTok famous, and I just totally forgot to try it. She was like, oh my gosh, I need a backup of this. And I was like, what is that? She's like, it's the new NYX whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that. I'm like, but I don't know, I'm kind of happy with the products that I have. She's like, oh, but it's so good, you got to try it. And I'm like, okay. And then over the few months I've had it here and I haven't tried it still. So I'm like, oh gosh, probably a good time to try this. So I made sure there is no excess. I'm trying to get all my like little baby hairs out of the way though too. I don't want my brows to be glued with my baby hairs. Oh, I did use my Anastasia brow definer, the little triangle one in the shade medium brown, to just kind of shape an outline and fill. And then I blended it with a brush. Now I'm using this gel to kind of just bring back some of those like little hair fibers and texture. This is kind of how I normally do my brows anyways. I usually use one to fill the color, to kind of give my brow a little more shape, and then I'll go over with a brow gel to kind of fluff them up and give them texture again. There's that. Ooh. But there's definitely more on the second side. So I'm going back over that one. I'm definitely seeing like the holes, like they're being held up pretty nice, but I feel like I'm not getting a lot of like texture. I usually feel like I get more texture out of other products, but I did really clean off my brush. Maybe that's why. Maybe you're supposed to go in with like a clumpy or a large amount of the brow stuff, but I didn't want to. So I think I might just keep playing around with that, but I just like a little more texture out of it. Like I want it to look like more individual hairs, and right now it still looks like a solid filled in brow. I don't see a lot of texture. Like I don't see a lot of hairs, a lot of fibers. Just looks like one filled in brow still. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I don't hate it though. I mean, it still makes it look really natural and blended and very light. It doesn't look like a heavy, ugly brow. It does look like it's holding very well as well. So, I mean, there's really good positive things about it that I do like. I just, usually when I want a brow gel, I want a brow gel to kind of give a little more texture, like more hairs again, to bring back the hairs. So another new product I had was the Catrice Volume Extreme Lip Booster in Spicy Ginger. So this is a lip plumping gloss. I did already put it on. I had it from the start of the video. One thing I really don't like this gloss. Or lip oil. Lip booster, whatever it is. Because I don't know if you can see. I guess you can see it. It just makes it super reflective. And in person, when something is this reflective, depending on the light, it is very lip plumping though. Let me just tell you, it has a little bit of that cinnamon burn to it. It's definitely tolerable though. It's not the worst I've ever had, but I want to say it's a little bit more intense than the Buxom glosses, but I don't get the as good of effect as I do with the Buxom glosses. I feel like the Buxom glosses work work better with less like burning, and this one burns a little bit more. And I don't get more of the lip filling properties. I mean, it looks nice, it's fine, I don't hate it. But I wish it didn't look so like reflective and like silvery. Like it has like a silver look to it when I'm wearing it in person. So on camera it actually looks a lot better than what it does in person. But and honestly, I wish it had a little more pigment. It's just really clear, and like it looked like it had like a little more orangey red online, and it just looks clear. So that's my beef with that. Now for a true lip color, I think I'm just gonna go with one of these NARS ones. Which one do I want to use? I think I'm gonna use Blonde Venus. Yeah, Blonde Venus. I'm gonna use a lip liner. I'm gonna just I removed my lip product with a sponge. Don't at me, okay? I'm gonna use the shade So Happy. If you've been watching my videos, you guys know I've been using this a lot. It's an easy color for me. It's one of my favorite type of tones. It's like a very nude peachy brown. It is just one of my faves. It's easy. I know like it'll go with a lot of things. A lot of the tones that I already like, you know. This is like concealer for my lips. It conceals that hideous like dark color that I have going on. My like natural color in my lips. I have discoloration on my lip, okay? And like a super dark. And this is NARS Blonde Venus. It's one of my favorite color, just everything. Bam. Ooh, I'm like, wait, I'm done. I'm like, wait, am I done? I'm not done. I need to stop my face. Okay, so finally, lastly, the last thing I'm doing today, obviously, to make sure this lasts all day, and I'm going to set it. I'm going to go ahead and use my MAC Fix and Matte. I don't have a lot of these left. I always forget why I forget the name of it. But anyways, Fix plus Matte, because I'm an oily grease ball. Y'all already know. Then I'm gonna fan myself because why not? Just breathe it in. Breathe it in. Yes, guys. And that is it, guys. Ooh. Just dropped my foundation. That's okay. I'll pick it up in a second. So real quick, I want to give you guys the rundown of everything. So I'm just going to go over the new stuff. So the Cupid's Arrow, I love these like little pencils. The first time I was using it and it blended really, really nice. I had no issues even when I went over it with eyeshadow. It seemed to blend very, very nice. It didn't like pick up or patch or pull darker or anything like that. It looked very, very good. It blended very nicely. The eyeshadow palette, I already love, 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 love. Nabla's matte powders, they're the best. They're some of the best. Actually, I'm actually more impressed with the shimmers in this formula than I am with her other, or their other palettes. I know I have like the side by side, like the big neutral palette that they recently, like earlier this year, released. And I love that one for the mattes, but the shimmers were kind of like, eh. And I definitely think that these mini palettes are definitely better. I don't think that they're like the best ever. Like, oh my gosh, these are the best shimmers. You have to have them. No, the mattes, 100%, they're the best. But the shimmers are like, okay, they're pretty good. They're just nothing to write home about. But the mattes, however, are the best. Amazing. But definitely worth your money. I think they're like $25. So that's a pretty fair price in my opinion for a high-end palette. Now for the mascara, you guys already know it's really, really nice. I do really enjoy it. It's super light. Like, I can't feel this mascara on my eyes for the life of me. Even after I put on the first layer, I went in with my lash curler and I can't even feel like the hairs in my lash curler. It's super duper light. You can't even feel it. Usually like lashes will clump up and ruin in my lash curler, especially after I already applied mascara. This one will not. It just is a super thin, light formula with a really nice hold, definitely lengthening. I don't really consider this very volumizing. It says curl and volume. I would agree with the curl. I don't think this is giving me a lot of volume though. I think you guys probably agree with me. Like I see no curl. I would say like curl and lengthening. Like it's holding pretty good on this side and then it lengthened quite a bit. But I wouldn't say volume. I'm not getting a lot of volume out of this, but it's still really, really good. I'm not surprised though. Essence knows their mascaras. That's it. Okay. The Catrice blush, where'd it go? Okay, this beautiful. Love. It had a light shimmer. I hope it doesn't make me break out because it does have coconut oil in it, but I don't remember coconut oil ever making me break out. But I try to stay clear of oils anyways, just because I am acne prone and super sensitive. But it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel greasy or weird on my skin, so I think it'll be fine. Okay, the concealer, after I set it, it just looks so good. The Catrice, I should probably show you guys. The Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer with hyaluronic acid, and it claims to be waterproof. I love that it has hyaluronic acid. That could be what was like that hydrating, you know, dewiness that I had going on. It was really, really nice. The powder, I actually really like the powder now. Now that I was able to blend other products on top, like my bronzer, blush, highlight, and stuff, I feel like I don't see that like white cast that I felt like I originally had. However, I still have that really nice blurring, softening effect. Like I feel like a lot of my texture is minimal, and the texture that you are seeing are from like the more dewy products, like the blush and the highlighter, the Natasha No Glow highlighter that I used. Obviously those things kind of emphasize texture. Anything glowy kind of emphasizes texture, but I think everywhere else that I powdered, like the texture is really, really tiny, like very, very small. Like I'm not seeing a lot of texture, and I have a lot of texture, trust me. So I think it's really, really nice because it is really, really smoothing. It is really mattifying. Like it claims to be mattifying, so I do see that as the true claim. This NYX brow gel, you guys already know my beef with it. I like it. I don't love it yet, but I'm going to play around with it. Maybe I need something that's not like, I used Anastasia to fill it in. Maybe I just need to use this by itself or something different. I know I have different products that I could use instead of the Anastasia one that I would like better anyways, because usually there's other products that like, if I lay down underneath a gel and then I fluff it, it kind of, pulls off some of that product underneath and gives it more of a feathered look. So it could be just the Anastasia that I use underneath, and it's just not a good combo. So I'm gonna keep trying this though. I do love a good brow gel, so I'm gonna keep playing around with that. This lip oil, I mean, like I will use it because I have it, but I don't love it. But I feel like if you if you don't want to pay $20 for a Buxom gloss, I get it. But this one doesn't have any color. The Buxom glosses have a little bit of color, and they like, I don't know, they feel nicer. This one was like kind of like slippery and oily, very, very thin. But if you like a more thin formula, if you don't like the kind of glossy thickness of the Buxom ones, this might be a really good alternative. This is only like $6 or $7, so that's a good deal. So yeah, I think that's everything new that I tried, guys. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But yeah, this was a really fun video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!